Sometimes it's good to remember narratives and legacy are not written in ink. Sometimes they're written in pencil. And over the years, we know Clayton Kershaw has struggled in the postseason, but he's gradually improving. Last night, he appeared to put his World Series struggles behind him, at least for the moment, as he gave the Dodgers 6 strong innings, 8-3 win over the Rays. And it's good to see Kershaw be the Kershaw of the regular season. He did give up a solo home run in the 5th. I thought if you got 5 innings out of him, 5 solid innings, just give him that confidence to send him into that next start that he's going to have. He struck out 8. He fooled the Tampa batters all night long. It helped that the Dodgers gave him some offensive support so he could be a little bit more aggressive. You know, it wasn't one of those one-run games where you get a little too cute there and then you get burned. But last night we saw Clayton Kershaw, not a watered-down version. And depending on how long this series go, we'll see Kershaw again, and he can continue to rewrite his postseason legacy, or at least give us a couple of new chapters there, which was good to see. Here is the manager, Dave Roberts, on Kershaw being pulled in the 6th inning.
You just figure he's going to be on regular for his next start. So you got an 8-1 lead, and, with 9 outs to go, we got to be able to protect it.
Here is Clayton Kershaw talking about last night's victory.
It's great to get this series going with a win. That's the biggest thing, for us is to get going, get that first game. It's always important to get that first game of a series. And just for me personally, it's awesome, to get to pitch well and get a win in a World Series. Like you said, I'm just thankful for another opportunity.
Yeah, and that went perfect for the Dodgers. You got their big-time players starting out well. Kershaw pitched well. You didn't want to burn the bullpen. And, this is a Tampa roster that is probably the deepest pitching staff. I thought the reason why I picked Tampa to go to the World Series is because how deep their pitching staff was. The reason why I had the Dodgers going to the World Series and winning is because of their offense. Any kind of good pitching that the Dodgers can give you, consistent pitching, to go along with that hitting, although the bats haven't been great. The last series, Corey Seager was the big bat. I love that people are seeing Mookie Betts. I told you a couple of years ago, he was one of the few players that I would pay to see when he was in Boston. And he had a breakout game. He's had a couple of great moments. He's a wonderful outfielder. And he had the audacity to steal a base last night, McLevin. What do the analytics think about that?
Giving away runs.
Yeah, he stole a base last night.
Oh, and that made the difference in an 8-3 game?
Well, John Smoltz did say sometimes you shake up the pitcher when you start to steal bases. I don't know. That's John Smoltz, who is a Hall of Famer, McLevin.
Yeah, but I don't see John Smoltz running any teams into the World Series. I see him announcing. He's a great announcer, but I don't see him GMing anybody anywhere.
I think John Smoltz has more postseason stolen bases than any pitcher in history. He's got 3. So he is a little bit of an expert there. But there are children watching the game last night that they probably said to their parents, "What was that?" Well, that's called a stolen base, Jimmy.
Well, you're right, because the game started at 8, and what time did it end? Was it 3:45 in the morning? I can't even remember. Or is it still going on now?
Well, that's because everybody's up there, they want to swing and hit home runs or they strike out.
Oh, so you have a Ricky Henderson on first base. There's 9 throws over there. That's not exactly speeding up the game.
Well, why throw over there if nobody's stealing?
That's what I'm saying. If you go back to stolen bases, it's going to get even longer games because they're going to throw over to first. That's the most boring play in sports.